Evening viewers, Herbert Robert William Hennis here, aka Owen Reed. Like and subscribe my videos, please, be great. And you can scroll down to the first one that says, all the way down, you have to go and find it says why I have two names, and then you'll understand what I just said. Now, I normally start off with a bit of music. I'm going to do something a little different now, and the reason I'm going to do this is because I have something here. I don't know if you know of Beth Hart. Sorry about that, Beth Hart. Now, Beth Hart, I always have this question: if the Christians are right and God comes back and the earth is a bright, shiny unicorn fart, are we still going to sing blues? I love blues, I just do. But Beth Hart, I think because it touches you. But Beth Hart has dragged herself through hell, and this is from her concert. It's a live concert called "Leave the Light On." It's at the Royal Albert Hall. YouTube it, Beth Hart, and this is what she has to say at the start of her song. All right.
After I had really a collapse in my late 20s, I think I was trying so hard for so long to be something else because I didn't think that who I was near good enough for anything. Mm-hmm. And I got real caught up in a lot of bad stuff, and I was going down. Mm-hmm. And then I knew I was going to cry when I talk about this because I always cry when I talk about Scott, you know. He is my savior, and he came in there, man, and in a lot of psych wards and a lot of rehabs, and he was there and he rocked me to sleep, and he's just been a wonderful man, and I really thought that I shouldn't even do this anymore, and I felt like I'd crapped all over everything God gave me and I didn't deserve it. And I don't know, one day I woke up and I called my manager, my beautiful manager David, who's been with me for 25 years almost, and I just said, you know, hey man, is it okay if we maybe try it again, you know? And he's like, absolutely, I got your back. I'm there. There
you go. And the reason I wanted to play that is because the reason I wanted to play that is because I think I've got a PhD in unworthiness. I've spoken about it before, and you know, it's a matter of people believing in you and having faith in you. And I think that's what this internet has brought about. Before we were locked in our own groups, and if you were in a certain group and other groups didn't like you because you're in a certain group, then, you know, and that's what these small towns are like. And the coast is no different. Here, I'm mocked behind my back here, and that's fine. I'm happy that they're talking about me. They're talking about me, they're leaving somebody else alone, you know. But I'm mocked and derided as a tinfoil hat-wearing conspiracy theorist. And look at the title I wear proudly. But the truth of the matter is that I've never bought into this whole be born, work as a slave your whole life and die. And that's the reason that you're here. It's never sat well with me. It's never sat well with me. You know, so on Easter 1985, when Eric Burton, the minister here with his big black glasses, changed my life. To use the lyrics from Steely Dan, you wouldn't know a diamond if you held it in your hand. The things that you think are precious, I can't understand. And that was me. I had something, a beautiful gift, and I didn't know what it was. I thought I could just still do what I wanted to do. And I did. Ask my kids. I'll tell you, quick as a flash, you know. Dad's just a selfish prick, you know, always was. I tried to be a good dad in a lot of ways, and I think I did a lot of good stuff, but that all goes by and by when you can never do the right thing. And many of you will know what I talk about. My videos aren't for any real reason. I don't have a script. There's nothing on the screen here. I just talk off the cuff. And what I want to do with these videos is talk to you that are watching. Talk. We're in a really tough situation worldwide. And we need people to communicate with, to get in contact with, to touch with. And I've had some beautiful people around the world write to me, call me, Zoom me, all sorts of things. And you don't feel alone. Because you can't do it here. You can't. A lot of us can't do it where we are. We're a little trapped, a little isolated. And that's what this is all about. Beth Hart, go and listen to some of her music. Stunning voice, stunning voice. Now, I had some people write to me and ask if I could fulfill my original promise that I would do a video with some links in it to certain videos and stuff. And I procrastinated and put that off because I didn't think I could. But I had a call today from a great friend of mine who I've known for a long time, and he's encouraged me to do that so that it'd be something that they could use and say, okay, well, here's a point, here's a point, here's a point. Like ones that you could use and say, well, look, here's 3 or 4 videos. This kind of sums up what's going on. Because if you don't know the end game, if you don't know that there is an end game, if you don't know what it is, you haven't got a clue what's going on now, and you've certainly got no idea what happened before. Right? That's what this is about. You know? So you need to have an understanding. You know? It's like, I don't know how many times I've got to tell people you can't catch COVID. I don't know how many times I've got to tell people this. And I have to correct them. And then when I do correct them, they blow it off. Oh, who cares? SARS, COVID, whatever. But it's the most incredibly important point for a number of reasons. Because the marketing people within the government, the spin doctors, they're using this to instill fear in people. 723 COVID cases. No, they're not. If there was 700, think about it like this. If the chances of you catching SARS-CoV-2, the virus, is 0.3%, and the chances of it exacerbating and developing into COVID is 0.04%, I'm not going to do the mathematics because I can't do it here and I should have done it before. But if you've got 273 COVID cases, statistically you would have to have about 25,000 SARS-CoV-2 cases. You see what I mean? It's idiotic. And people don't. They just watch it roll across the screen and they go, well, that must be the truth. That's got to be the truth. Got to be the truth. Now, there's a great film out there, a documentary called Indoctrination. Indoctrination. All right? One word. Get yourself an account on BitChute. B-I-T-C-H-U-T-E. BitChute. Everybody should have one. Most of you watching this have. That's fine. It's not for you. But if you don't, get over there. It's free. Sign up. Have an account on BitChute. You must. You must. Have one on Telegram. That's important too. That's important. But have one on BitChute. You've got to. The film is called Indoctrination. Now, I have an excerpt from that, just a short excerpt, which we've all seen, or many of us have seen, which explains the correlation between the CDC having a patent, an actual patent on coronavirus, and I give you the numbers, a patent on the gain-of-function research with coronavirus, and a patent on the RT-PCR test, which ends on December 1st. Sound familiar? December 1st. After that, you can no longer use the RT-PCR test. Now, that's been amplified, supposed to be used at 20 cycles. They've been amplifying at 40 to 45 cycles in a desperate attempt to find fragments of SARS-CoV-2. Like going to Pluto and finding a tiny bit, then one in Saturn's bloody rings and pulling that back, and then trying to join them together and go, I think it's SARS, it's a COVID case, it's a COVID case. That's how that works in a basic nutshell. The only one that got after that is a RAT, Rapid Antigen Test Kit, and it doesn't amplify like that. And so they won't be able to get those numbers. They won't be able to get those cases, and they know it. But if they get enough of you jabbed, by December 1st, the end game comes into play. They'll have achieved the end game goal, which is the 80% jab rate. And they're pushing it really, really hard. Lose everything, they're already telling you. Be fined massively. Get jabbed. This from a deadly, super deadly virus, right? I mean, the rules around this are so stupid that I don't know how people can't see this. You know, they freak out. Everybody's so scared. I got it because I don't want to infect my kids. I got it because I don't want to catch COVID and die. I got it because I'm at risk. You're at risk, so you get an injection that still allows you to catch it, still allows you to transfer it to somebody else and kill their grandmother. It still allows you to die from it because it doesn't work with the virus. It's got nothing to do with that. That's why you can catch it, transfer it, die. What part of that don't you? Oh, it's less. I wouldn't care how less it was. If you're going to put something in my system like polio, which gives you these idiots are comparing polio injections to this. Oh my God, one injection for a polio vaccine, I'm immune for life. Immune for life. I don't get booster shots every 3 months. God's sake. The idiocy that people use to try to debate me with, it's just oh God. I was wondering I'm not an alcoholic. I would just drink bottles of scotch down. Oh my God, you idiots. 2 years in this deadly pandemic. Yet you go to the shopping centre. You know the guy, when you go into the shopping centre, you only have one in at a time. There's a guy with a hazmat suit, got his gloves on, he fumigates you, then he gives you a basket that's been fumigated and you go in. Remember that guy? And then when you go out the door, you put your basket over, there's a guy fumigating them there, they take your mask off you, they put it in a hazmat bin because you can't wear it because you might have such, you know them? No! They're nowhere! Deadly virus that if you don't get injected, you lose your job, you lose your house, you lose your car, license, you're going to lose everything because I'll take it all off you. No government payments, no registration on your car, no car license. You watch what happens. No ABN. You won't be able to trade because you didn't get the frigging injection for this deadly virus that you can walk in and out shopping centres with and who gives a shit. Masks floating all around the beaches and the ocean. Tips full of bloody masks, which are toxic anyway, but full of SARS-CoV-2. Dolphins wearing them out there now. Who gives a shit? Right? Billions and billions and billions. And there are companies making trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars and you just wandering around. Because you know why? Because you believe you're locked into this thing. Born, live as a slave and earn, die. That's your life. You're a supreme being with this insane network that is so suppressed and broken and put down and boxed by this world, by everything to do with from food, from energy, from everything. You're absolutely compressed into this nothingness. And that's how you live. That's how you live. And I believe that, you know why? Because I'm a friggin' nut job. And you can easily tell by listening to me. I'm a total raving lunatic. I've just joined the hundreds of millions of people worldwide who have the same kind of thinking. Yeah, because they're lunatics too. Even if they are virologists, immunologists, doctors, scientists, professors, whatever. They're idiots too. Yeah. There's a lot going on around the world. We're not hearing anything about it. Nobody's telling you about the marches, court cases, everything that's going on. No one's telling you. You're not getting it. We know the media is owned by 2 companies, Vanguard, BlackRock. We know that because we're conspiracy theorists. Go to Yahoo Finance, you can look it all up. We know the media is owned by 2 companies. We know the vaccine companies are owned by those 2 companies. We know all the banking system is owned by those 2 companies. And yet we're conspiracy theorists. God. So I'm going to put together a little video because I had a phone call from a friend of mine today, lovely friend, and he said, look, and I've had messages from people, can I just put together a little video with some links and we can just use those? And I said, yep, no worries. Okay, I promised I'd do it months ago and I haven't, so I will. All right? It's been a big day for me. And if you're watching this, Joe, and I know you will, I love you to bits. 26 weeks and counting, but who knows? We'll see each other soon, I know we will. And just keep on keeping on, people. Tell people how much you love them. Tell them how much value they have. Tell them, even if they don't like you, if they're family members who have turned against you, tell them you're not going to debate anything. We won't talk about anything. We just won't. But you know what? I'll never stop loving you. No matter what you say to me, no matter what kind of language you use, no matter how you might want to treat me, I'll still love you. Because I'm telling you, there will come a time when they're going to need you. They will need you. You have to be there. That's not a conspiracy theorist. That's where we're heading. Those that know the end game know what's going on now. But don't lose heart. Don't lose heart. There are greater forces and greater people in control of this, and the fight is on. It is huge. But this is not. We battle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. Until next time, thanks for watching. We win.